I study why brands succeed, and one of the strangest cases I've looked at is a company that got mocked in a national magazine as one of the worst inventions ever made and turned that mockery into a multi billionaire dollar comeback. How Crocs became cool. Everyone hated Crocs. Ugly, cheap, embarrassing. Today, they're worn by celebrities, luxury brands, and millions of people worldwide. How? Act 1, The Ugly Shoe. Crocs started in 2002, founded by three friends who wanted a comfortable boat shoe made from a foam resin called Crosslite. It was never designed to be fashion, it was designed to be functional, light, non slip, easy to hose off. For a while that worked. Crocs became a genuine phenomenon in the mid 2000s, riding a new wave of novelty and comfort obsession. Then came the backlash. Time magazine put them on a list of the worst inventions ever made. The film Idiocracy dressed its dystopian future in Crocs, specifically because the costume designer found them hideous. By the mid 2010s, Crocs had become cultural shorthand for giving up on how you looked. Act 2, The Collapse. The joke had real financial consequences. Following a record IPO in 2006, the company expanded too aggressively, and by 2008 it was on the edge of bankruptcy, sitting on over $70 million in excess inventory while its stock collapsed from $75 a share to just over $1. Sales declined, stores closed, warehouses sat full of shoes, nobody wanted them anymore. Analysts openly predicted the brand wouldn't survive. The story looked finished, a fad that had simply run its course. Act 3, The Turning Point. Recovery didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen through reinvention. It happened through radical simplification. A 2013 investment from Blackstone bought the company breathing room. But the real turnaround began in 2017 when Andrew Rees became CEO after joining as a president a few years earlier. Rees's strategy was almost aggressively unglamorous: cut the product line by roughly a third, close a large share of underperforming stores, eliminate the experiments that didn't fit the brand, no more dress shoes, no more golf cleats, no more chasing every trend at once. Fewer styles, sharper focus, a return to the one thing Crocs actually did well: the classic clog. Act 4, Changing the Narrative. Once the business was stable, the real strategic bet began. Collaborations deliberately built around unexpected, even polarizing partners. Balenciaga released an $850 platform, Croc, Post Malone, Justin Bieber, Bad Bunny, designer Saleh Bembry put his name on drops that sold out within minutes. None of this felt safe. That was the point. A predictable athlete endorsement that wouldn't have moved the needle. But a luxury fashion house putting its name on the shoe the internet had spent a decade mocking. That got people talking again for entirely new reasons. Act 5, The Psychology. Underneath the collaborations was a psychological repositioning. Comfort, once treated as an embarrassing compromise, started being reframed as a kind of status, proof you'd stop performing for anyone else's approval. Gibbets, the small charms people clip into the holes, turned a mass produced shoe into something personal. No two pairs looked the same. Individuality replaced the old fashioned world obsession with looking polished. Ugly stopped being a weakness and became something closer to authenticity. A shoe that wasn't trying to impress you, worn by people who'd stopped trying to impress anyone either. Act 6, Cultural Shift. Social media accelerated all of it. Memes about Crocs being hideous kept circulating, except now every meme was free marketing. The brand had also become inescapable in nurses' stations, kitchens, and hospitals, worn by people who needed comfort and didn't care what fashion critics thought. Haters kept talking about Crocs, Crocs kept existing in the conversation. Eventually, the joke and the brand became the same thing, and Crocs simply stopped fighting it. The closing. Crocs didn't convince people they were beautiful. They convinced people that beauty didn't matter. That's how the world's ugliest shoe became the coolest brand.